This recording is to support both new and existing providers delivering T-levels. It's to navigate and to walk you through our website, locating all of the different resources and the information that we have available for you. This screenshot is your starting point. So step 1, log on to the City and Guilds homepage using the City and Guilds link shown here. Step 2, you will then see a drop-down menu. If you click on the T-levels tab shown here in red. Step 3, this will open up the T-level menu and will show you a list of headings. All of these headings have links. And finally, step 4, clicking on each of the headings will open up the drop-down menu below those headings. And here is an example of what information is under the Employer tab.
So now we're going to focus on provider support for T-levels. So in order to get to the resources available for providers, we need to go to the T-levels tab there and then find the provider tab underneath there. So we click on that link and this will take us to the providers landing page. Now you can see here that we do offer 4 different T-levels pathways, so construction and building services engineering, engineering and manufacturing, management and administration, and agriculture, environment and animal care. I'm going to show you now the resources that are available for our offer, and in order to do this I'm going to use the management and administration example. So by clicking on the link, it will take us to the management and administration landing page for T-levels. There's lots of useful information on here, and this is a direct link to the 8715 management and administration page. Before we go there, I just want to show you here, there is further support under provider support, and what we'll do is we'll look at the resources and web page area as well as the events and webinar page later on. So back to the link to our management and administration homepage. You'll notice first of all that there are 2 tabs across the top, one for information and one for documents. And you will most probably get the most out of the documents tab. In this section, we've got 2 drop-down menus, assessment material and centre documents. And under the assessment materials, you'll see it's been broken up into the core, which is going to be delivered in the first year, and then the 3 occupational specialisms here, which should be delivered generally in the second year. So if we focus on the core first of all, you can see that we've provided sample employer set project tasks here, as well as a set project brief, the candidate guidance sample here, centre guidance sample here, project marking grid sample here, and a project initiation document which will be required here. And of course you can download each of these documents so that you can get easy access at any time. Now, as far as the core is concerned, we do have a sample question paper for paper 1, which covers outcomes 1 to 3, and then paper 2, which covers outcomes 4 to 7 for the management and admin. Now do bear in mind that across the different sectors there are varying levels or varying numbers of knowledge outcomes, but management and administration does have 7. To complement those, we also have a mark scheme for paper 1 and a mark scheme for paper 2. Now, generally in your second year, you will be delivering an occupational specialism, and of course there are 3 on the management and administration pathway. So the first one being business improvement, second being team leadership and management, and the third and final one being business support. So if we take the business improvement and as an example, under the GSEMs or Guide Standard Exemplification materials, we have Guide Standard Exemplification evidence for a pass as well as a distinction, and it's well worth looking into these to see how a learner can generate both a pass and distinction and what's required. And of course we also have sample assessments. So here we have a candidate pack sample, the guidance, centre guidance sample as well as the marking grid sample as well. And this follows suit throughout all of the specialisms. We also at the bottom have a direct link to the specification. So this is now on version 1.1, so please do make sure that you are currently up to date with the most recent version.
In the Learner tab is an overview of what a T-level programme is. There is a link to an industry placement toolkit which explains what the industry placement involves, what learners can expect to do, and also learner flyers to use on open evenings. This is an example of the Management and Administration learner flyer. Under the Transition Programmes tab is where the information for providers wanting to offer a transition year in the sectors shown below. The City and Guilds offer is for construction, engineering and manufacturing, education and childcare, and digital transition programmes.
We're now going to look at the Resource Hub resources for centres, which will look at the teaching, learning and planning element of delivering a T-level. So as per usual, under the T-levels tab, you would click the Resource Hub link, and this will take us to our Resources and Support Hub. And you will see here lots and lots of information to support you on your T-level journey. The first area we're going to look at is the qualification, approval and quality assurance area. So for those centres that are delivering from September 2023, you won't yet have qualification approval. To support you on this journey, we have done 2 recorded webinars around this process, which can be found here and here. And we have also provided a PDF version of the slides which accompany that recording. So if you don't want to listen to the whole video, you can just download the slides. We also have the approval timeline, as well as some further information about the approval and quality assurance structure. Now, for those centres not delivering just yet, for those centres perhaps in wave 4 or who are in wave 2 or 3 and have deferred, you will need to download the approval applications form to complete that in preparation for delivery. Now, you can also find here an up-to-date specification for the sector of your choice. So currently we do have building services engineering for construction, online construction, the engineering and manufacturing specification, and the management administration specification. You'll notice there that there's no agriculture as of yet. However, once that is fully complete, it will be uploaded. So make sure that you are working off the most up-to-date specification, and as using management and administration as an example, we are already on version 1.1, so do download the most up-to-date version. Now, teaching, learning and planning resources is a very popular tab to look at. Obviously we have the generic support, so a T-level welcome pack. Most definitely a must is the downloading of the teaching, learning and assessment guide, because that will guide you around the assessment specifically and the assessment methods. Now, you will see then that it's broken down to the 4 sectors, so construction, building services engineering, engineering and manufacturing, management and admin, and of course finally the agriculture sector as well. But you will notice there that it's not quite finished, and so once documents are completed for wave 4, they will be uploaded accordingly. As per usual, I'm going to use the management and administration sector as an example. And this particular PDF will show the key dates for assessments for management and administration. So you will see here it brings up a key date schedule, and this is the same across all sectors. And this particular page here will show the summer series for 2023 and the relevant dates for assessment. So you'll see that the window for the employer set project starts 3rd of April 2023 to the 12th of May. You'll also find that the exam paper 1 and exam paper 2 dates are already uploaded, and so 6th of June and the 13th of June will be the exam dates for 2023. And of course there is 2024 key dates up there as well. We have also an annual calendar which will show centres, providers, everything that's going on during delivery of year one, and we often host live webinars, face-to-face networks, and drop-in sessions on Teams as well, which would be vital for anybody delivering. We have a management learner leaflet, which is in a PDF format, and this is for centres who are potentially doing open evenings or open events. You can download this PDF and print it out, or indeed display it on electronic whiteboard, TV, etc. And it'll give you a brief overview of the tier level of your choice. So it will go into UCAS points and also show the various industries that have supported this particular tier level management and administration. So we do have a learner flyer for every sector which we provide for. So on to curriculum delivery plans. So each sector again has a delivery planner for year one and for year two, which is a sample, and you can download these to tweak should you wish, and to use at your convenience to plan out the various knowledge outcomes for year one in the core, when you're going to deliver them, who's going to deliver them, and for how long. So well worth looking at. We also have sample weekly timetables. Although they are only samples, you do get an idea of the number of guided learning hours required to be delivered during the week, but of course feel free to amend as you see fit. Now, the most important tab for me is probably the tutor resources, and this highlights the free tutor resources available for each sector. So they are linked to the knowledge outcomes. So again, there's construction, business services, building services, engineering and manufacturing, and management and admin. And once the agriculture resources are available next year, those two will be uploaded. These are all free resources for delivery staff, and they will cover schemes of work, worksheets, PowerPoints, and methods of assessment. And you will see that each one is linked to the knowledge outcome. So within the management and administration pathway, knowledge outcome 1 is indeed business context, 2 is people, etc., etc. There are 7 knowledge outcomes for the management and administration tier level, so you will notice that 7 is not there yet. However, it is due to be uploaded soon. These are all zip files. You can download them and amend should you wish, but you can download them and store them at a place for your convenience. One thing I would recommend you download is the assessment guidance document. It does provide guidance on essentially how to deliver the T-level employer set project, which is well worthwhile looking at. We did mention before about contact updates, and if you have done that already, you should be now receiving communications via our e-bulletins, etc. If you haven't done that already, please do go back to the contact update form and update your details in order to receive those e-bulletins, which are sector specific.
Under the Events and Webinars tab, there will be a list of all the planned webinars that you can register on for 2022 and for 2023 for both in-delivery and pre-delivery centres. You will also be able to access the webinar archive section, which provides recordings and slides of past webinars. Here is an example of what the Management Administration drop-down tab contains. In the final 2 tabs are podcasts and FAQs. In the podcast tab, there are 80 level explained podcasts covering a range of sectors. You can find the latest podcasts from City and Guilds. We talk to colleagues, employers and training providers to give you a better insight of the work that we do across different industries, including the Green Skills Agenda and Labour Market Information. In the FAQ tab, this is where you can find all of the frequently asked questions and answers that have been asked in previous webinars by our providers. Each of the red banners has the FAQs relating to that subject. Finally, thank you for listening. We hope that this has been helpful for you.